Well, joining us now are repeat guests. They've been on before, and they were so good we're having them back on again. Taryn DeLong and Elise Gallagher. They have been on, as we said, and they're going to tell us about what they've been up to since then. How you doing?
We're doing great. Thank you so much for having us on again. We're thrilled to be here.
Well, you
Thank
two
you.
run Catholic Women in Business together, and you recently wrote a book, which we'll get into. But first, we heard that you worked together for years without ever having met in person.
Yes,
How'd
it's
that go?
true. We're true millennials. Yes, I live in the Baltimore, D.C. area, and Taryn lives in North Carolina. We worked at least for a few years together before we met up. Finally, last fall, we met in person. So we've been able to get together a couple times since, but it's been a beautiful friendship that bloomed online.
Yeah, well, you said you're in D.C.?
I am.
Yeah, D.C. and North Carolina aren't that far apart, though.
No,
You guys
no,
could have had a
they're
cup of coffee, just, drive
Meet
a few
halfway or
hours.
something?
Yeah, do it that way.
absolutely.
Well, as a refresher, maybe people didn't catch the show last time you were on, but could you tell us a little bit about Catholic Women in Business and the programs that you offer?
Absolutely. So I started Catholic Women in Business in 2017. And the reason I did was because I was a young professional who was practicing her faith, but couldn't necessarily find other Catholic women who were pursuing their faith while also growing their career and felt called to a vocation in business. In 2024, we have so many different ways of working as women. The internet has provided us with such great resources that I wanted to figure out how I could integrate my vocation to business with my vocation to holiness. So I started a Facebook group in 2017, and now we have over 8,000 women in that group who have conversations daily about what their work looks like, how they can take care of their families and their communities while balancing all their responsibilities. We also have a wonderful blog where we have about 30 writers contribute on a monthly basis on topics from how to file an LLC while to how to advocate for yourself for a pay raise. So we have a lot of wonderful resources there, from our Facebook group to our blog to our podcast, Catholic Women Lead. It's been a wonderful journey since 2017.
That's great.
Okay, I can go no further with this interview till I hear about that baby I see. Okay, I've got to hear about the baby.
Really?
So at least tell me about the baby.
Taryn, yes, go ahead.
Taryn.
And I have my baby joining me as well. She's a little older, but
This is how our calls
Wait,
often
you have
go.
a baby there too?
yes.
Where's the baby? Oh, I see the head.
I have a 2-year-old and a 3-year-old. We truly live out what our mission is at Catholic Women Business, which is being, open to life, open to family while working as Catholic
great.
women.
Okay, this is getting a little crazy now. It's just getting a little crazy. This is awesome. All right, so we won't talk about the babies anymore unless they do something really fun. But then we'll talk about the babies. But your first book together is called Holy Ambition: Thriving as a Catholic Woman in Work and at Home. Okay, how did you get the idea? Who did you write it for? Tell us about it.
I guess the idea initially started with me. I've always wanted to write a book, and I've been dreaming about this one for a few years. And was talking with Ave Maria Press, and they suggested writing it with Elise. And obviously, I love working with Elise. I knew she was a great writer and had a lot to share. So I asked Elise if she would want to write it with me, and she said yes. So the book is for Catholic women who work in business, or who aspire to work in business, who are doing so with crying children or without crying children. We're very hopeful that it blesses women who are trying to navigate life as a faithful Catholic woman, who have also had a call to business placed on their heart by God.
I know in the book that you reference some saints for women to draw inspiration from, and maybe if you could just give a couple of examples of some of the saints that you have in the book.
Yes, we talk about some of our personal favorites like Saint Therese and her mother, Saint Zélie. We talk about how Zaylee navigated owning her own business while raising children, one of whom is now a saint, of course, as we know, Saint Therese, and one of whom, Leonie, is on her way to sainthood. We talk about Saint Gianna and how she worked as a doctor and raised her children and ultimately, died after having her last child. We talk about Catherine Doherty. We talk about Mother Mary Lang, who was a Black woman at a time when Black women had no rights in the United States and was still able to found a religious order. We talk about what she teaches us about leadership. So just lots of really amazing, amazing women that we can look to as examples.
Mm-hmm. And Elsie, how can women discern whether she's called to stay at home full-time with her children or go to work outside the home, either in a part-time or full-time capacity?
Sure. So what we talk about in Holy Ambition is that a woman's vocation is not solely just for her, right? It is a vocation not only for her, but her family and the church as a whole as well. So that discernment requires not only her to be praying internally, but also speaking with her husband, if married or if not married, with her community, with trusted mentors and supporters. And as always, we go to the Eucharist, right, for discernment. So continually turning to the sacraments, but discernment is a constant process, right? It's not something that we just discern work and we discern our family and then it's done for years and years. Sometimes women, we're discerning what our work and family looks like on a monthly, yearly basis. It's a continual, beautiful, circular process.
Mm-hmm. That's awesome. I have a two-part question. How can how can women who are watching this now get involved with Catholic Women in Business, and also maybe how they can get the book?
Absolutely. So you can find us at CatholicWomenInBusiness.com, as well as on Instagram at Catholic Women in Business, and on Facebook, Facebook.com/CatholicWomenInBusiness.
All right. And Elsie, where'd your kids run off to?
So Amelia is right next to me. She is named after JP2's mom, Amelia Watia, and JP2 was one of our main inspirations for not only Catholic Women in Business, but for Holy Ambition as well. We really feel that our ministry is a continuation of JP2's call to the laity for new evangelization. So she's doing her part and keeping me on my toes.
Yeah, I met him when I was a young man, and he was just a wonderful, wonderful person, very inspirational.
Beautiful.
Well, thank you so much for being with us today, and all the babies over there. Thank you, too, for being very good. Much better than when my kids were babies.
Thank you so much again for having us.
Have a great day.
God bless.
Thank you.